All right, thank you everybody for joining in tonight. I'd like to call the meeting to order here at 7:07 p.m. All right. On the phone participating is Alicia Anthony, Linda, Steve Kirby, Larry, Ed DeSilva, Karen Campfield, Al Elliott, Carl Campagne, JD, and Stephanie Holland. All right, I sent out the meeting minutes to the group. If we could take a minute to review those and approve them for the last meeting. I'll give one more minute on the minutes here. All right, is there any corrections or questions or comments on the minutes from last meeting?
No.
No, I don't have any. No. No. Nope.
No.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from Tuesday, April 14th, 2020, as submitted. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Carl. You want to do a roll call, Nancy? Or?
I believe Alicia's going to do it.
Okay. Alicia, would you like to do the roll call, please?
Yes. So, just roll call for the
voting on the
meeting
minutes.
members. Excuse me?
For the voting on the meeting minutes.
So Stephanie Holland. Aye. Ed DC Salvio.
Aye.
Larry.
Aye.
Carl.
Aye.
And Jesse Finney is not here, correct?
No.
Correct.
Linda Hayes. Yes. And John Miller is not here.
John's on here.
And it's a yes.
So are you JD? Sorry.
I am.
Okay. Sorry.
Quite all right.
And then Al Elliott
Aye. Aye.
and Karen Canto.
Karen's not a voting member, Alicia.
Okay. Steve Kirby.
He's not a voting member.
Okay. And so then just Steven, is that it?
Yes, yep. Aye. So, good. So moved, approved. Thank you. Great. So minutes are approved. Thank you. Great. Moving right along here to the first agenda item on the docket for tonight. I'd like to take some time to discuss the senior center project with our OPM manager, Steve Kirby. He'll run us through a project update, a little presentation on how the project's coming along, where we currently are, and what things are looking like. We'll present some change orders and some purchase orders potentially, and then, yeah. So, Steve, you can take it away. Or
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Just to give a narrative on the construction progress, we have the foundation is complete, including the dam proofing, insulation, and backfilling on the senior center. The elevator masonry shaft has been erected. They are in the process of preparing for the slab pour. Underground pump, plumbing, and electric within the building is complete. Backfilling the thickened slab haunches. They started laying the under slab installation and vapor barrier, and they have the slab pour scheduled for this coming Tuesday, weather permitting. Work on the drainage and sewer lines and structures is ongoing. The water service, both the fire and the domestic water tap on First Parish Road, has been completed. The water lines are into the building footprint, been pressure tested, and chlorinization has been done, and results are back with no issues. Everything was witnessed by the water department. Some of the stone wall repairs have been started, in particular at the new driveway entry that was cut in order to run the water and the sewer lines. And they did start a small section of the old entry into the gate school. If anybody wants to take a look at it, that's been done. It's been reviewed and approved by the architect. And they're looking to essentially start the framers on roughly June 1st, starting the first four walls. And they are doing a portion of the building they're panelizing, so sections of wall will come prefabricated. As far as the rec center goes, the south stairs and ramp and surrounding sidewalk have been completed. Right now there's a temporary rail installed because the metal handrail is being fabricated. The doors are installed. There's a couple hardware issues, and we'll be able to open that door up for use for the rec center offices. Abatement on the interior of the gym has been completed, and they're doing some exterior abatement now. Interior demo is starting. Exterior demolition at the main entry will start as soon as the abatement is completed, and the temporary fence will be relocated out to Cudworth in order to start the work on the new north parking lot. Any questions on the progress before I get into the photo documentation?
Yeah, Steve, I just had a question. How are we doing on stones? Are you having to source new stones, or are we getting stones? Is there enough on site there? Or?
For the wall?
Yeah.
There won't be enough. What we took out and what has to be replaced based on the planning board decision to infill the old entry, we have uncovered some stone on the site during excavation, which they're going to cull through and use, but they'll probably have to bring some in, so we'll have to they'll have to bring in some samples for the architect to review and approve. But we found that there's no the stone that was used up there isn't really consistent. Some of it's rounded, some of it's square.
Okay.
So I don't think it's going to be a problem matching in kind to what we have. Anything that they need to import.
All right. How's everyone on site making out with with the COVID compliance and the day in and day out of that scenario?
There's been no issues as far as COVID-19 procedures and guidelines. Right now, again, we're still outside, so the distancing can be accomplished pretty easy. But in general, everybody's got masks on, and the meetings are still being held with the virtual / conference call type meeting. Even though some people are on the site, we're spread out between the trailers, and sometimes people sit in their cars. So, social distancing, wash stations, masks, the hand sanitizer, all available and able to be used.
Okay. How about any foresight into this COVID or anything basically holding up the schedule? Still looking good on the schedule and everything?
The schedule, there's been no change in schedule. They have, nothing has really come up so far that has been a attributable delay as far as materials go to COVID. There's still rumors. There's a lot of it circles around electrical components,
Right.
but nothing has been pegged specifically yet as being a problem. I mean, we're that is a meeting minute item. We do keep it open. We talk about it each week at the weekly job meetings.
Okay. So nothing looking like it's going to hold up. All right. How about someone have a comment on the phone?
I think you get the feedback.
Yeah. Okay. And the foundation.
Want me to go through
The foundation, the cores were sent out and tested and everything?
the concrete? We had the testing company there while it was being poured. We've got nothing below what the design is. It's been well above.
Good.
As far as compression tests
Awesome.
and soil compaction. UTS is there quite often.
Great. Okay. Any questions or comments from any of the board members or anyone on the phone?
Do you want me to go through the photo logbook documentation that was issued? Does everybody have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we can run through it. That'd be great.
Okay. I mean, each one's captioned, but if there's any questions on anything, just jump in. This is what I did. Is I essentially put together a photo documentation from the beginning of the job up until this week with just some highlight photos. I mean, we have lots of photographs, but these are sort of like milestone shots. The first photo is asbestos abatement being performed on the C wing before the demolition of the C wing. The second photo is the actual demolition of the C wing. Costello Dismantling did both the abatement and the demolition. Next photo is Costello offloading the sections of foundation that had the asbestos damp proofing on them. And you can see the trailer dump is lined with poly. Next photo is just after the pouring of the footings and the foundation walls. Next photo is a picture of the foundation wall formwork. Next photo is the casing for the elevator hydraulic piston. It was drilled before they poured the walls for the elevator shaft. They were able to get the driller in to the site. Next photo is the foundation wall damp proofing. You can see the formwork for the elevator shaft in the middle.
It works.
Next photo is the foundation wall being backfilled with already damp proof and with the exterior perimeter insulation around it. Next photo is installation of the drainage structures that's in the area closer to the field. We started at that point and started working their way towards the building.
Can everyone hear okay? There's a little feedback. I don't know if Carl, your phone's acting up again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's echoing.
Yeah.
I'm hearing the echo too.
All right. Let's try it again here.
How's this?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Sure.
Okay. Next photo just showing the coring for the electrical conduit. That's the corner of the building that has the electrical room. Next photo is the construction of the masonry elevator shaft. Next photo is installation of drainage structures at the entry to First Parish Road. And then the next one is the installation of the exterior grease trap just outside the kitchen. Next photo is installation of the domestic and fire water tap in First Parish Road. Next photo is shot of the underground plumbing in the area of the new kitchen. And next after that is the electrical conduit in the electrical room, which also has conduits going out to feed the generator. Next photo is of the newly poured concrete stairs at the south entrance to the rec center offices. New set of doors. Actually, those doors were existing doors that were reused from the gate school. We'll get new hardware. And then the next photo is a wider shot showing the ramp and the new concrete sidewalk that will tie into the existing. Next photo is a shot of the second floor lobby of the gym after abatement.
I'm still getting a lot of...
Ceiling has been taken out,
Steve,
floor tiles have been removed.
maybe we can hold for a second. Carl, I think maybe you're getting some feedback again.
There, non-stop, but yeah, that was tough.
Yeah. That might be
We
better.
good?
Yeah, let's try that.
All right. Next photo is installation of the underslab insulation, preparing for the slab pour. And the final photo is the section of stone wall being rebuilt, and this is to the right of the existing entry into the site, the old gate school site that we're using as the entry into the project. Any questions on any of that?
No, I don't have any.
No. Okay.
No, it looks good. It's certainly moving along and making good progress. Seems to be coming along pretty smoothly for now. There was no major hiccups.
I can do this every meeting, or you want me to do something like this periodically? You let me know.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, as
This
the
is really
miles.
helpful, Steve. Thank you.
Sorry, what was that?
I was just saying thank you to Steve. It was really helpful. It was nice to see.
It is nice to see. Yeah. What do the board members think? I mean, every month might be a little lot, but I don't know how much happens in a month, you know. But I guess things will start moving pretty quickly here. But
It can be a
Maybe
shorter
just
presentation. too.
More of the milestone type stuff.
yeah.
Maybe. Kind of as he sees fit, perhaps.
Okay. Yeah, Steve, you and I can stay in touch, and we can just decide on if we want to do it, put it on the agenda for the meetings, upcoming meetings.
Okay. Yep. No problem.
All right.
All right. The next item I had was change order number 3 for the Delphi construction.
Yeah.
Everybody has that. Change order number 3 contains 3 PCOs. Total for the change order is $15,321.06. The individual PCOs is 7R1, which was removal of existing drainage that was under the building footprint that was unknown. It was a latent condition. That was, and two of these we have reviewed previously at previous meetings.
Did, yeah.
This was $2,856 for this work, which we had used the unit prices, one of the unit prices for. So they were already set in the contract. The second item is PCO number 9R3. You can see how many times we revised that or asked for revisions. That was for modifying the footing detail on the foundation wall. The total was $1,183.40. The existing detail was essentially for the interior slab to butt to the foundation wall, and the architect and engineer would prefer to have a shelf in the top at the top of the foundation wall, which the slab can rest on, and which will assist in any potential settlement in the future. But also, the original design would have had the joint between the edge of slab and the interior side of the foundation wall outside of the framing of the exterior walls, and they were concerned that may reflect through some of the flooring. So by installing the shelf and pushing that edge of slab farther towards the outside, it ends up being under the framing.
Yeah, we talked about that one a couple meetings ago. I think, everyone was agreement it made sense
We did.
to do it, yeah.
Yep. Then the last one on this change order was PCO number 12. It was revisions to the sump pump in the elevator pit. The chronology on that is there was a sump pump setup included in the contract documents, but the project was bid in November. On the 4th of December, the Massachusetts Plumbing Board sent out an advisory that mandated another type of pump system is required in elevator shaft pits, which ours did not comply with. So we had to add this in as a change order. The amount is $11,281.66. This may also occur at the rec center. They're looking into whether there's a way that we may not have to do it there because of its use. But we definitely needed it in the senior center. So that was a PCO that I had forwarded to you, Steve, early on, only because they were in the process of this goes within the slab itself, so came up a little fast.
Right. Yeah, that stuff happens. I mean, you get caught by a code change. It's the nature of it is what it is, It's unfortunate, but I think, I don't know if there's any questions or comments from any of the other board members, but this stuff happens.
That's all I have for change order number 3. If there's no questions, if you guys could vote on that would be great.
Sure, yeah, I think most of them we talked about. Is there any other final questions or comment on PCO number 3?
No, I have none.
Change order number 3.
No.
So. Okay. All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve change order number 3. There's 3 change items on it. 7R1, 9R3, and 1 and 12. For removal of existing drainage underground in the existing building, modifying footing details for the foundation, and some sump pump revisions due to a code change after permitting. The full change order is for $15,321.06. Is there a second?
Second.
All in favor? Well, I guess we gotta do the roll call.
Aye.
Alicia, you want to do the roll call?
Aye. Okay. So do we need a seconded or just the roll call?
No, I think Larry, did you second it?
I did.
Larry
Okay,
Dumat
sorry.
seconded it, yep.
Voices. So Stephanie? Aye. Ed?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Linda? Aye. JD?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
So unanimous.
It's unanimous, yes. So moved, thank you. Great.
Okay, just the next item I had on my little agenda was to go over some of the PCOs that we have pending. And we do have a number of credits that are we're working through. I think some of them I had gone over last time, but we did eliminate one PCO. PCO number 6 was for a yard drain relocation. That was for an ad. We modified that as far as how the piping was to actually be run, and eliminated a couple cleanouts, and we've essentially converted that into credit. I don't have, they're not finalized yet, but the credit in the range of $700, which will ultimately be PCO 13, because 6 was voided. I think last time I spoke about the revision to the low voltage scope. That's still running at about $8,700, but we've got comments back to the contractor. We're deleting some seismic requirements on the HVAC because it doesn't apply based on code. That's potentially another $3,000 credit. PCO 14, there's a potential ad for a commercial grade under counter sink. We may be looking to not go through the contractor on that and potentially get that through the state bid list. We're sort of investigating that right now, but that's about a $2,000 ad. Future PCO 15 was to delete some repointing at the where we dismantle or demolish the C-wing connector to the B-wing.
All right, yep.
Revised the work a little bit there. That's about a $1,500 credit. And then currently we just got the credit proposal back on the asbestos foundation. We had a removal. We had a quantity listed in the specs. Essentially, because we weren't quite sure what the existing foundation consisted of. There was a quantity of tonnage in the specs. We did not reach that tonnage, so as written up in the specs, there is a credit amount to go back on the unit price. So that's in around the $70,000 range.
Okay.
Those are
Great.
PCOs that have been submitted. We have some future ones that I'm carrying. There's going to be a revision on some of the exterior lighting, bollard lights. That's still in discussion, which is going to talk a little bit more about later. We did find a random section of concrete slab that was in sort of straddling the circle and the driveway, essentially near where the future patio is going to be for the senior center. Not quite sure what it was. It might have been a patio of some kind a while back, but it was underneath the topsoil. So we had that removed. We just tracked tickets on that because we had to get it out of the way.
All right.
We are looking at there's a lighting panel in the gym that the lights in the gym aren't controlled by actual light switches within the gym. They're turned on and off by electrical panels, and one of those panels is going to eventually be in a closet. So we're looking to see what could be done to maybe make that a little bit easier for turning on the lights. Had the electrical engineer out today looking at that. We'll see what kind of work is involved in that. There was a change in the automatic transfer switch amperage that is also being looked at. Like I said, we may have to put the sump pump in the rec center elevator pit, but that is also being looked at. Given putting some numbers on some of these potential ones, as far as the budget, the construction contingency, we're still. I mean, we started out with a $510,000 contingency. We're still at 505. So we're maintaining our contingency pretty well because we know we're going to hit some things when we get into the into the rec center that we just wouldn't have known about until we started taking the walls out.
Are those numbers including some of those credits you just discussed, or is those?
Oh yeah, the credits are helping us to offset things.
Good.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yep. So that's our contingencies is looking still intact. The next item. I'm sorry. Any questions on any of that? PCOs, features?
No.
Okay. The next item is Delphi Construction's application for payment number 4. That's in the amount of $303,309.97 for work performed through for the month of April. It's essentially for the senior center, concrete, masonry, damp proofing, fire suppression, plumbing, electrical, and site work. And on the recreation center side, concrete and miscellaneous metals. And then the contractor's overall general conditions. This brings them up to 12.25% of the project complete.
Okay, yeah, I mean, we sent it out, but I have it here in front of me. It says you guys have reviewed it and it's been through all the line items and everything checks out and clears. Is there any questions?
Yeah, no, we vetted through it before we approved it.
All right. Is there any questions or comments from the board?
No. No, I don't have any.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the Delphi Construction April services through April 30th in the amount of $303,309.97, bringing the contract amount to 12.25% of total. Services rendered include masonry, damp proofing, fire suppression, plumbing, electrical, site work, and for the recreation center, it includes concrete and miscellaneous metals, and overall the general conditions payment for Delphi Construction. Is there a second?
Second?
So that was Carl that seconded.
Carl?
Yeah.
Okay. Stephanie? Do you approve? Aye. Ed?
Yes. Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. Don?
Yes.
And Al?
No, no, no,
Yeah, I was not a voting member for the senior center.
Oh, okay.
That's okay.
but you are.
Yeah, but I am too, though.
I'm sorry.
And
You could say my name and Carl's name.
okay, Carl
Yes.
and Steve.
Aye. All right, so it's unanimous. So moved. Thank you, everyone.
Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, good.
Okay, the next item that I have is amendment number 3 for Bargman, Henry, plus Archetype. This amendment actually started out at a little over $52,000. There was a few things that I went over with Joel. I didn't necessarily agree. Ultimately, he came down, and I'm recommending this at $36,727. It involves costs that weren't included in his original design services for the infrared scan of the roof by Tremco, some work performed by Coastal Engineering, the civil engineer, pursuant to the planning board requests, Pear Corporation, which was the traffic study consultant, again, work that was requested by the planning board during the permitting. Control point survey was also some survey work that had to be done for utility locations for based on some of the moving of the building, and then UEC, which is Universal Environmental Consultants. They're the hazmat consultant on the project. Their work was for what's being currently performed is the monitoring and the clearance testing for the abatement itself. Bargman's contract included survey work during design and issuing design documents, but not the monitoring. So those, I'm sorry, I didn't read the individual amounts, but Tremco was $3,000, Coastal $1,747, Air Corp was $4,030, Control Point Survey $5,100, and then Universal $22,850. And if you notice, Bargman is not putting 10% on any of these. He's just passing these through as a straight pass through. So I thought that was, he didn't necessarily have to do that, but he did. So
That's nice.
I don't know if there's any questions on any individual ones.
No, I know we've touched on most of these, and a lot of them, like you said, were out of the planning board and a little extra work. I can understand those. The testing, the environmental testing, and continued observation. Is there anything in particular that's driving that line item?
No, we had that in the budget for the monitoring. It just wasn't in his.
Oh, got it.
His last
That's right. It was.
amendment.
You're right.
So it isn't anything new. They're doing the monitoring that they would have to do anyways. And this actually goes back to when they started doing the abatement at the C wing of the school. So
I recall that. Yeah, we had conversations on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. No, this was anticipated amount. So.
Okay.
The fact is, it's just that Universal is going through his contract as opposed to going through us or going direct to the town.
Yeah, we did talk about that. Yeah. Okay.
And that's really the
I
lion's share
remember we did talk
of this
about that.
amendment.
Yeah. All right.
Steve, I had a question.
Yes.
JD here. I thought all along the infrared scan of this the roof of the rec center gym was planned for. No?
So I think we did that in addition to, so the original scope was to replace the whole roof. And, budgets got tight and we looked at the whole project and we thought it
Yeah,
prudent.
didn't need to. Right.
We didn't need to,
And-
which stemmed from this report. We had the report done to assess the roof to get a better clarity of what we actually needed to do. So I think it was money well spent to save the funding
Yeah.
to do the whole roof. Steve, if you want to expand
Right,
on that.
and we were also looking, if you recall, we were looking at doing a coating on the roof, which we ultimately decided not to, but that was, in order to even entertain that, we really wanted to know where
Yeah,
where the
hot
bad
spots.
spots were, and
Yeah.
the infrared's the best way to do that.
Yeah.
So, Tremco is the roofing, he's a supplier, but he also does this as a roofing consultant for, anybody that wants to hire him. But generally, architects and consultants.
Okay. I mean, that was a good way to go. I just thought I thought that was covered. That's all.
No, good question, yeah.
Yeah.
So it was a little investigation work to get some clarity on what to do with the roof, right? Good.
Yeah.
Any other questions or comments from the board on this amendment number 3 to Bargman?
No. No, I don't have any.
None here. No.
Okay. All right. I'd like to make an amendment to approve the Bargman Henry Amendment number 3 for services rendered, including Tremco Roofing for $3,000, Coastal Engineering for $1,747, Park Corporation Traffic Study for $4,030, Control Point Survey, some topography and utilities coordination work for $5,100, and UEC environmental monitoring through the project for $22,850, for a total of $36,727. And just to be noted, Bargman's not taking any markup on the billing. They're just passing through the cost, which is a kind gesture. Is there a second?
Second.
All right. So seconded by Carl.
Yes.
Alicia, if you want to do a roll call.
Sure. Stephanie? Aye. Ed?
Yes.
Larry?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. John?
Yes.
Al?
How's no
Yes.
voting member?
Al's not. Okay. And did I miss anyone?
Yes. All right. So unanimous. So moved. Thank you. All right. Next item, Steve.
Okay, then there's just a few things I just wanted to touch base on, just to update.
Actually, if you're going to move on to that, I have a couple more purchase orders here. I just wanted to approve through the board while we're dealing with the cash flow here.
Sure.
Good.
Yep.
So for the board members, I have a bill here in my hands for the for services through April 30th for Bargman. The invoices and the amount of the standard invoice, monthly invoice from them, and $19,124.80. That brings them to, I believe, about 40% on the project. Is that correct, Steve?
I believe so, yes.
What's that?
It's much higher than that.
It's higher than, okay. All right, well, anyways, it says 40%, but anyways. So it's just the standard monthly billing for Bargman. I don't know if anyone has any questions or comment on the review on it.
Nope.
No? All right. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the Bargman Henry invoice for services through April 30th in the amount of $19,124.80. Its costs associated work and construction administration on the project. Is there a second?
Second.
I think that was Larry on a second.
Yes.
Okay. We do a roll call.
So Stephanie? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
Linda? Yes. John?
Yes.
Oh, no, sorry. Steve? Yep, Steve?
Yes. Aye.
And Larry.
Yes.
So move and
So all in favor? It's unanimous. So moved. Thank you. All right. We have one last bill here from Vertex Engineering Companies or Vertex Companies for the services. Let me see here. Services through April. Standard monthly billing again. The billing amount for the April services and for general construction site overview and management is $26,367.41. Is there any questions or comments on them? Oh, sorry.
Nope.
No. All right. Is there a second on it?
Second.
All right. Larry seconded.
Stephanie? Aye. Ed?
Yes.
Carl?
Carl, you there? Was that you, Carl?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Oh, you're good. Linda? Yes. John?
Yes.
Steve?
Aye.
Larry?
Aye.
All in favor?
Cancel unanimous. So moved.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Someone's calling in. Okay. So next order of business, Steve. Would you have?
I just wanted to go over a couple things. I know there's been a number of emails that have been swirling around about potential changes on the site. I just wanted to address them. Nothing has been decided at this point. One of them being the potential to relocate the trash pad, which has been brought up by Kevin for a couple of different reasons. One, the length of travel from the senior center to where it's currently located, in particular in the winter. He felt was excessive, and he was also concerned that users of the field would use that dumpster, or he's actually going with barrels, and fill them up instead of being preserved for the senior center use. We have currently discussed the potential of moving them to a location along the end of the B wing, where the C wing once connected. There's a run of parking spots along the end of the B wing. We'd be potentially taking up 2 parking spots and then replacing them where the current location of the trash pad is. And just so everybody knows, that trash pad is located right at the fence of that's being the driveway that goes behind the B wing and the field. So because of the where the building ended up being located after the redesign, when we were not going to put it in place of the B wing, we being tucked in this corner, we essentially ran out of places to put it.
Sure.
So that's being talked about, but nothing has been decided at this point.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody wants to discuss it at this point.
No, I think I think there's a dumpster back there now, if I'm not mistaken, but there was no dumpster. Anyways, but yeah, let's just keep us posted on what the decisions are, and let's make sure we have a discussion on it and chat about it before there's any final decisions made.
Well, yeah, I think and this also ties into an exterior lighting issue where we have to light up the strip of parking that we're redoing. That's along the A wing, classroom wing, and the ball field, and we are considering. At one point, we were looking at just having pole lights there, but we are considering lighting that strip of parking with wall packs mounted to the A wing wall. There's one there now that's over one of the doorways that we would feed the other two from, as opposed to going with light poles. But again, that's in early discussions. As a matter of fact, Bardman was just there today with the electrical engineer looking at how we could facilitate that. The other lighting issue is we owned both lighted and steel bollards at the handicap parking and the drop-off area at the front of the main entry to the senior center. The lighted bollards are really more decorative than safety, so we are keeping the steel safety bollards. We are looking into there may be a way to install a light fixture over that. Started to look into what may be available, but just to have the decorative lighted bollards would not prevent a vehicle from potentially hitting the building if it was, if the gas was pushed instead of the brake.
Yeah.
So we may redistribute some of those bollards into some islands. But one thing about the bollards, they don't really shed light for the parking lot itself. It's more for area light or walkway type of light.
Yeah.
They did discover there's one dark spot where the handicap spaces are at the front of the building. So there may be an additional light pole. I'm getting an echo. Additional light pole that may be put in front of the building, but it'll be something different from the light poles that are in the parking lot. And we know that making these type of changes, we are probably going to have to.
Carl, I think you're getting some feedback again.
Yeah, somebody's got a speaker on.
I think it might be Carl's phone again. Okay. All right, go ahead, Karen.
So those are some of the things that are being discussed right now. But if we are going to go to the planning board, we would need support from you guys first, and we always knew that if we were going to put a ground-mounted sign up for the senior center, that was something that had to be run by the planning board. So we may bundle all of these things together just to go once. But we can't delay too much because we've got underground to do potentially, and fixtures need to be ordered. So the trash pad is less of a concern. It's more anything to do with with new type light fixtures. The leading light fixtures is not an issue. It's getting new ones. So
Okay.
we're early on. I mean, you know, the lighting package has been submitted, but you know, we're obviously not ready for side lights yet. But I know, like I said, I know there was a bunch of emails going around, so I wanted to sort of go over everything with the commission.
Yeah, let's make sure we get the lighting, get a good review on that, and really take a deep dive into the, you know, the lighting fixtures and the projections and shrouding and you know, colors and all that good stuff.
Well, we're good on the the site light fixtures that we have already located.
Okay.
That's been gone over. You know, it's nothing. You know, it's everything's 20 foot or less,
Yeah.
As required by the planning board. But you know, we're adding a light. I mean, we're not looking to. This isn't going to be a light fixture that's shining out into the neighbor's area or anything like that. We're fully aware of those issues. It's
Okay.
just, you know, if we add a light fixture, we're going to have to run it by planning.
One point
At least I
to
think we
note
do.
is, so I actually just went through this work with bollards and stuff like that. There is a company that makes lighted security bollards. It's form and surface. I can send you the info on that. It was the only company we kind of found that does that, but I can send it over you.
Yeah, I started to look into it a little bit. I also know that you can get fancier, because we also talked about, you know, the color. The balls are not the best looking thing in front of the building, and if you
Yeah.
paint them, it's a maintenance thing. But you can get the sleeves that go over them,
You can, yeah.
and generally they're yellow. They're safety yellow, but they have other colors.
Yeah.
They have a wide range of colors. And when I was looking at that, I also found that there are, you know, a little bit more of an upgrade type sleeve that have a light fixture. It's solar, but it's a light fixture on the top
Right.
that may be worth looking at too.
Okay.
So you still have your concrete filled 6-inch bollard,
Sure.
but it's got a nice sleeve over. It's a better look. So
All right. I'll send the stuff to you and Joel, and you can take a look at it and see what you
okay,
Thanks, Steve.
that'd be great.
think. Yeah. All right. Good. Any comments or questions on that from the board members or anyone on the phone?
No.
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 All right. Good. Anything else, Steve?
No, I think that's enough for me for now.
I think the only other item, you know, to talk about is obviously, I mean, I don't know how long it's going to last, but just, you know, in the building, the senior center and selecting furniture and finishes and things like that. I mean, I don't know if it's worth keeping this COVID stuff in mind and social distancing and kind of the selections and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff, but,
We're looking at a tentative meeting where hopefully we could go on site to one of the vendors in Boston, maybe the first week in June. That's what the architect designer from Bergman is trying to schedule.
okay. All right. That's good. At least, you know, it's good to know you're keeping it in mind. We appreciate that. Thanks, Linda.
Mm-hmm. Yep, trying.
Great. All right, good. Thanks for the overview and the presentation, Steve. Appreciate it.
Yep, no problem.
Thanks, Steve.
All right. So I think it's safe to say we can move on to the next item on the agenda here. It's a quick review on the public safety complex and the kind of the few action items we have left at that project. I was in touch with Kevin Kelly from the town about this WSB update and some of the items he's working on in the building. With the COVID and the vendors and everybody kind of shut down, he's still tracking the work and trying to get the vendors there, but it's proven to be a little challenging with everything going on and getting people on site to look at things. But he is tracking it and making sure he's keeping up to date with it and not losing sight of it. So he's still trying to key on an HVAC design for the ELC center so hopefully that'll be coming at some point here, once things kind of open up a little bit. Hopefully we can get some vendors there and some engineers there to look around. So I think, that's one of the primary remaining open items is these kind of few bulleted items that are outstanding there. And then the other one is the gutter brackets. And I know, Steve, you've been tracking that one. I don't know if you could give a little update on the gutter brackets.
Yeah, I actually got some news. I got some news. I got a message from Greenwood that they were picking up the brackets from the galvanizer yesterday, and they wanted to mobilize a man lift to the public safety facility. They wanted to make sure that it was okay. I got in touch with Mark and Al, who said, "Yep, bring it on in." All I have to do is they check in at dispatch, and they'll get the guy set up with where to put the lift. And I did remind them of the gutter guards, and the guy I was talking to seemed to not quite remember, so I sent him some documentation to remind him of that requirement. And I'm expecting that we will see them soon. I can ask Al, did a lift show up?
Yeah, the man lift is on site. It's in the rear of the parking lot.
Okay, great.
Good, that's progress. That's good to hear.
I guess that's the first step.
Good sign.
Good. All right. Thanks for that. So yeah, hopefully, by next meeting that'll be done. We can check that one off the list and it'll be good to go with the gutter brackets.
Yeah, what my plan was is to have my guy Dan, who's clerking up at the senior center, just not every day, but just periodically take a rundown, just make sure that they're there, and if they have any issues, they have my number, but I'd like to have just some quick eyes on it anyway. So
Okay.
it's not that far away.
Good.
Yep.
All right, and then one other item. I know we've talked a little bit about it at some of the past meetings. There's an invoice hanging out there for the public safety complex from some power issues they had up there in the kind of recent past with potentially the UPS having some problems with it from they've had people in to look at Eaton's been in to look at the UPS and assess it and kind of do some maintenance on it and triage on it to see what's going on with it. But end result is the CloudLink panels and some of the other security systems there suffered some damage. There was some overhead for visits from service visits, and then some stock and material costs to kind of get the system back up and running again and get the facilities safe again. The total invoice amount for the services and the stock and the materials to get things working again was $8,149.38. So BCM is looking to kind of square up an invoice, and I guess the ask is for the board here, what the thought was and where kind of the cash flow should lie,
Steve, was the problem fixed so it's not going to happen again?
I believe Eaton did, Kevin Kelly had Eaton in, they went through the full, the power system. I know he's been talking to the utility about, as a precautionary measure, doing some metering down there to look at the power quality at the facilities. I don't have an update on that specific item, but I think things may have slowed down a little bit with everybody's kind of priorities here and with the coronavirus. But they haven't had any power issues since. I don't think you've had anything since, Al. Have you up there with the power?
Yeah, not that I'm aware of. This
Okay.
is Al. No.
So I think, optimistic here. I hope the work they did in the UPS and kind of going through the settings on it and everything have helped out.
Okay.
I mean, I think, there's money left in the project.
It's up to the committee whether or not they feel this is a project cost or not. I just need to know because BCM's been left hanging out there for months now.
Right. So yeah, I guess that's a question for the board. Does everybody feel this is a project cost to take care of the billing here?
There's money left in the budget, correct? Nancy?
$174,000.
There's $174,000 left in contingency, yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, did someone have a comment?
Well, I'm in favor of moving along and getting it finished up.
Yeah. I think that's probably the best course of action. Is everybody else?
I agree.
Yeah. Okay. All right, so I'll make a motion on it here so we can vote on it and make it official. I'd like to make a motion to approve an invoice from BCM Controls for the repair and including parts and labor of the CloudLink security system at the public safety complex. The invoice is an amount of $8,149.38. Is there a second?
Second.
So Larry on the second again. You could do a roll call.
Sorry.
No problem.
And is Ed,
Yes.
Carl,
Yes.
Linda?
Not Linda.
Linda's not a member of the
I don't vote on that
public
one.
safety complex.
Sorry, I'm having a,
That's okay. It's tough not being here. I get it. It's hard.
Stephanie?
Yes.
Okay. And John, JD?
No.
JD is not a vote member on this board.
Right. Correct.
Al is.
Al gets a vote. and
Al gets a vote,
I vote
yes.
yes.
Al? Okay. And then Steve?
Aye. Yep.
Larry?
Aye.
Good. That's everyone. All right. All in favor. So that's unanimous and approved as submitted. Thank you. All right. So moving right along here. So the library project. I think we're in really good shape with the library. I don't know if everybody's been driven by there, but the walkway is done, the patio is done, and everybody everything looks pretty good there. I got an update from Jessie today. She said she's happy with the progress and the project and the way it came out. She's getting good feedback on it. The loam's all in, the grass is starting to grow, so hopefully that one is in the books for the ADA walkway at the library. We'll give some time. I'm going to reach out to Noel here at some point and see if we need to update the Massachusetts, ADA board and with the finalizing of the project or the walkway, and just let them know it's complete. Does anyone have any questions or comments on the patio, the walkway, and the patio work?
No.
No. There is an invoice here for the work.
It did come in under budget.
Yeah, we came in under budget. I know that the selectmen approved 50,000. I think it
We had
was.
51,000, and at the last meeting, we thought we would go over by about
Yes.
1,200 from other places.
Yes. So then Kevin Kelly had a talk with the contractor.
It's Kevin Cafferty.
Kevin Cafferty, sorry, my mistake. So Kevin Cafferty had a conversation with the contractor. They made some concessions and some changes. So good news is the billing came in under the amount we kind of anticipated. Came in at $48,879.54. I think we approved not to exceed last meeting.
Yeah, I think it was 52 because we saved
Right.
about $3,000.
So we can vote on this and just finalize the cost on it and just kind of get it in the books that it was completed and it was completed under budget. So that's good news. A couple dollars saved there. So I'd like to make a motion to approve invoice to Argus Construction Corp., which came in under the budget of $51,000 for the town. Final invoicing came in at $48,879.54. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Larry. All right. You do the roll call, Alicia?
Stephanie?
Yes.
Bob?
Yes.
Carl?
Yes.
And then,
Steven. Yep.
is it just Steve
Yeah.
and Larry now?
No, just Steve.
Yes.
Steve?
Just Steve and Larry.
Larry?
Yes.
Perfect, thank you.
And myself too, Alicia.
And Steven?
Aye.
Just a question, Steve.
Yes.
Is this our final action on the library?
So,
The generator, but.
yeah, so the only thing, it's Nancy speaking, the only thing left outstanding is whether or not the PBC wants to deal with the generator, and I was gonna recommend to the PBC that they put it on their next agenda to either, to discuss closing
Okay.
out the project.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks,
That's a
Nancy.
good point, Larry. So yeah, I think, next meeting, we'll wrap things up. I'll get in touch with Noel, see what his course of action is with the Massachusetts board, and then, I'll have some conversations
The
with.
access board, sure.
Right. And I'll have some conversations with Kevin around the generator and the town here and see what the ultimate course of action it was at, and yeah, hopefully we can either move along and get the generator in or close it up. So that'll be one for the books for sure. Good. So any more questions or comments on the library project?
Nope.
All right. Is there any other business that anyone would like to suck in? Any new business or old business?
Nope.
No?
No.
Good.
Aye.
No.
All right, well, thank you, everybody, for joining tonight. I appreciate it. Hopefully, everybody's staying safe. Looking forward to the summer and warm weather here. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting at 8:20.
I'll second.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, it's Karen or Stephanie?
Wonderful.
That was
Oh,
right,
Stephanie, sorry, Stephanie.
Good night, everybody. Thanks.
Good night, everybody.
Night, thank
Good
you.
night.
Bye.
You got a roll call vote?
Oh, sorry, hold on.
Right.
I did say I didn't just adjourn. We need to vote. Hello?
Ed's still here. I vote to adjourn.
All right.
So let me just call it. Mr. Shea?
Aye.
Mr. DeSalvio?
It's,
Yes.
Ms. Holland? Mr. Campagna?
Yes.
Mr. Gilmet?
it's gone.
Deputy Chief Elliott? Mr. Miller?
Yes.
Ms. Hayes? I think he got a majority.
Yeah, we get a majority. Yeah. All right, so moved. Thank you, everyone. Take care.
Yep. Good night.